Hi guys, my name is Emo and welcome to the mission where we will land on the moon inside Spaceflight Simulator. For those viewers who have watched the previous video, which you should definitely check out by the way, you might realize that we have the same first stage as the previous launch. Only the second and third stage have been modified for this mission. Max Q, or maximum aerodynamic pressure, has just occurred. It happens between 10 kilometers and 15 kilometers on the mission up into space. As this is a mission to the moon, we are heading into the transfer window, which is right now, where we need to accelerate the engines to get enough speed to send us on a trajectory to the lunar surface. And there we go. As you can see, we should encounter the moon relatively soon as we are going to time-lapse over there. Okay, now the plan is to bend the orbit into the lunar surface so that ways we can land on the lunar surface. Okay, we have just separated the second stage. And as you can see, we are going relatively fast, so we are going to fire the engines to slow us down. Currently, our velocity is relatively slow, but it is getting faster the further we descend down. So we need to keep firing the engines so that we can have a nice, safe descent onto the lunar surface. We are now 30 kilometers, so if this was Earth, we'd be burning in the atmosphere, but this is the moon and there is no atmosphere, therefore there's no heat to worry about. Okay, so now we pretty much just need to slowly fall and make our descent onto the lunar surface. This part, it is crucial that we go nice and slow to avoid a crash. If you have seen the previous video, you would see that the parachute on the Earth return pretty much takes it to around less than 15 meters a second. So that is the speed we are also aiming for a nice, safe descent. It is also important that we do retain some velocity, otherwise we might accidentally go back up. Okay, we're just at the 3,000 meter mark, so we should start relatively descending pretty fast, which is why we're going to fire the engines to slow us down. $500 meters. We're currently just looking for a relatively flat piece of land to land on. Touchdown, and we have landed on the surface of the moon. Okay, well, if we land on the moon, we obviously have to get our crew back home to Earth. Okay, as if you have seen the first part, where we needed to send ourselves back into a trans-lunar injection orbit. Well, currently we need to do the same thing. However, we're starting at the moon and we're injecting ourselves back to Earth. We have just separated the service module, so currently we are on capsule power alone. Thanks to the time warp, we can speed, but during the atmospheric re-entry, the heat blocks the antennas, which is the planned signal cutoff, but as it looks like the signal has returned. And we're getting ready to deploy the parachutes. And we have touchdown after the Lunar 1 moon landing mission.